Hi, and welcome to Crosswalk Talks, where we have a panel of teens to discuss relevant topics and just kind of what's on our mind. And today, our topic is Charlotte. So before we do that, I'm going to have each student introduce themselves and tell us how long they've been in Charlotte. So,
I'm Monique, and I've lived here all of my life.
my name is Jared, and I've lived here for 8 years.
My name is Zach. I've been here for 18 years.
My name's Bria, and I was born here, and I lived here for 15 years.
All right. So for the most part, it's a bunch of lifers, right? You guys
Been here my whole life.
just what you know is Charlotte. So it won't be too hard to kind of pick your brains at things that you like or dislike about the town. So let's start with a like. Would either you like any of you like to start with a like?
Yeah, Windwalkers is it's an underground gallery. They support artists and musicians and things like that, and I go down there every Friday to watch people at the open mic, and that's really cool. We have a whole bunch of people come in every Friday and do different things. And I heard that they started doing guitar lessons every Tuesday, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah. It is a really cool spot. And then, personally, I'm a little biased with Crosswalk. I love this place. I love what it does for the teens and for the youth. It's kind of just a spot to give you guys some place to hang out, and even if it's just to eat or do homework or check out art, I love that. I love that we're here. So, but like I said, I'm biased. So, Zach, you mentioned a little bit more infrastructure-wise. Your kind of a frustration with this town.
Yeah, there's some things I dislike about it. Like the road systems. The roads are bad here. Potholes on every street. You gotta go 5 miles per hour basically on the road just so you don't damage your car. It's annoying.
Yeah, the roads are pretty bad, especially being a new driver and doing driver's training and that kind of things. They tell you like, just drive over the potholes. Like you can't swerve and go around them, so you just have to drive straight on them and don't slow down. So I mean, you're learning how to drive and have to drive over these huge potholes.
Yeah, and the railroad tracks are really bad too. Certain parts of Charlotte, there's really bad ones.
Oh,
Where
the
you go
train
slow.
tracks.
Yeah, the train
We haven't even
tracks.
talked about that. How do you guys feel about having a train in Charlotte all the time?
It's annoying when you're really close to them and live by them, but I live kind of close to it, but I'm used to it, so I like the sound, but I feel like for someone new that would hear it all the time would hate it.
So you're saying you actually gotten used to the sound and kind of enjoy
Yeah,
it?
I'm used to it, but I don't live somewhere extremely close to one, so it's not really loud, but I can still hear it all the time.
How about the two of you?
I don't mind the sound. It's more of the inconvenience of there always being a train and you need to get somewhere.
Yeah, it's
And
annoying.
you can't outrun the train, so you have to wait there for about 15 minutes, and then you can go, because the trains are just so long and often in Charlotte.
I've learned when you live in Charlotte long enough, you learn that it's actually a legitimate cop out to get out of like, hey, I'm late. It was a train, and people are like, okay, understandable. Like seriously, you can get out of being late because of the train.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if the train didn't go by, nobody knows. They just assume, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
There was a train. So.
Yeah. Another dislike I have are the public schools, because I feel like they're so focused on good scores, and they don't really like give you enough time or like enough teaching, and they don't really like care about other things.
Yeah, like they don't really, they're not so much focused on actually like us learning things and them teaching things. It's more about being the best school with the highest scores.
Yeah, and who's gonna go to college and stuff. That's all they care about. But they don't like let it like sink in your head, and they don't like give you enough time to like learn everything.
Yeah.
Everything is just about passing.
Yeah.
Just about passing.
Just about passing classes,
Kind of
not
is.
learning.
All right. Cool. Something when I moved here, I didn't realize it's such a small town. You guys actually have a pool, an aquatic center. I know we don't use it all the time.
Mhm.
Alive came in,
Mhm.
a small movie theater,
We've had that.
a skate park.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm listing off all these amenities that a lot of small towns don't have.
Mhm.
That because you just kind of get used to it, and you just kind of take them for granted. But I've slowly like incorporated them into life in some way, and it's actually
Yeah.
a lot of even smaller towns and stuff don't or even bigger ones don't have that. They have to. We're just far enough away from the bigger cities that we kind of got that stuff on our own instead of having to travel into a bigger town. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
The Eaton Theater might not be like, I might not tell someone, yeah, you'll sit comfortably, but you can go for like a cheap ticket and watch a new movie.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I do like having the eating place, especially, you know, it's in such a local spot and it's easy to get to, and, you know, it's a
Yeah.
mini movie theater and it's nice.
That's
Yeah.
another good thing about Charlotte. Like everything was like close together, and like we had a lot of advantages by it being so small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you haven't always lived in Charlotte. What were your like first opinions when you got here?
okay. I moved into Charlotte as an adult and married. So my impression of Charlotte was a simple little town. It had every basic need for getting along in life.
Mhm.
So there wasn't quite like a small town where you had to drive just to go to the grocery store and stuff, which I was really happy about. On the other hand, there was just it was a culture clash because Charlotte wants to embrace like this like farmer. Like your biggest festival when I moved here was Frontier Days.
It is.
And it
Yeah,
wasn't in the
yeah.
cool way, like the final frontier space and stuff. It was
Yeah.
yeehaw frontier, you know.
Yeah.
And that was not like it's not as strong now. But when I first moved here 9 years ago, or 8 years ago, or so, it was a weird clash of like farmers trying to be emo, so like this emo flannel type of stuff, and it was a really weird clash. So that took me a while to get used to.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I hated that you guys put yourself down and called yourselves Shartucky. Like it made me a little bummed that other people would call Charlotte Shartucky, but that
I've never called.
but that the people would call themselves Shartucky really got under my skin because like there's nothing worse than embracing a negative, because it never was a positive stereotype. It was like a negative stereotype, and that would always get under my skin too. It was like, don't embrace it, you know? Or Charlabama. Oh.
I never heard that one.
No, you guys have never heard.
I've
You guys have
never
never.
heard that one.
I've never heard either.
Alabama.
Okay, then.
I've heard Shartucky, but not
Shartucky,
Charlabama.
Yeah, somebody. Then that must be people from that Charlotte that are like, "How's Charlabama?" And I want to smack them. And then I say, "You don't know." No, okay.
But was your overall opinion like bad or good?
It was fine. It really like anything I had to, anything that I felt like Charlotte didn't have. I don't know if you guys like realize this, but everything that you possibly want to go to from like Lansing, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek feels 20 to 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
It is.
Like it's like location wise, it's a smaller town with a lot of key things, and
Yeah.
if it's not here, you can jump in the car and drive 20 to 30 minutes and get to whatever else you need to get
Yeah, I mean, and like not just Charlotte, but Michigan has like Michigan Adventures
Mhm.
and like Michigan. So like even that's just a couple hours away.
Right.
You can go do those kind of things too, and it's not like really long drives.
to. Yeah. So, yeah, the location's actually like awkwardly super convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is.
'Cause you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, and at the same time, it's like, well, this
Yeah.
works just fine. So,
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
does.
so yeah.
Even though I love Charlotte, I think that I probably will get out of this town as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I really want to move down to Louisiana,
Mhm.
and it sounds so cliche, but I really do want to live in New Orleans,
Oh.
down by the French Quarter. It's such a beautiful town. I loved it there. It was so pretty. And they have colleges right around that area too, so I think when I'm
Yeah.
18, I'm just going to just gonna go there and live there.
Yeah, I love Charlotte too, and I'm not necessarily in a rush to leave, but at the same time, when I move out, I'm probably not going to stay in Charlotte because I want to live somewhere with less snow, and not in the negatives. That's not my style. But I don't like too hot either, but it gets too hot here too.
Yeah.
And I don't like how the weather is just so different all the time. Like it changes all the time. Like you can wear shorts one week and then the next week wearing hoodies, coats. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to have a part.
Really?
What about you, Zach? Are you staying?
I would like to stay in Charlotte. I mean, I want to live. I want to raise my kids here. I like this town. I love this town actually.
Wow, that's really cool.
I love it too. There's other places that have my interest.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a difference between feeling like you're living here and sure it's not your favorite, but you're living here, or
Yeah.
feeling stuck here.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Yeah.
I
and nobody
never felt stuck here.
Yeah, if you don't feel stuck, there's nothing wrong. If you
Yeah.
feel stuck, you just kind of you're gonna always look at things that way.
That's
you know?
how I feel about Vermont, though.
Yeah.
I'm definitely stuck there.
I don't really feel stuck here, but
There's just more to go and see.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I
and I
wanna
feel
go
like-
Yeah.
see more.
I feel like since we live in such a small town, it makes us want to venture out.
Definitely.
But I feel like people that are just now moving to Charlotte that live somewhere big like it more when it's small because they just like the shorter
Yeah,
like
they've
traveling.
been so used to like bigger
Yeah.
cities and that
But-
way of living.
Yeah, but when you're so used to it being small, like you want to like venture out and see more and stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.